Kettleman's Bagels is proud to support Grill This, Smoke That. Kettleman's, makers of wood-fired Montreal-style bagels using only premium ingredients. With 3 Ottawa locations, Kettleman's menu is available 24/7, 365 days a year. Grill This, Smoke That is generously supported by Oven Brothers, makers of handcrafted Canadian-made wood-burning outdoor ovens for inspired chefs. Visit us at ovenbrothers.ca. Oven Brothers, from our family's backyard to yours.
Grill This, Smoke That is brought to you by Furtado Farms. For all your outdoor cooking needs, they're your premium source for cookwood. Whether it's pellets, chips, chunks, or logs, they've got you covered. Visit furtadofarms.ca for more info.
So the next thing we're going to prepare is a panna cotta. Very special panna cotta because we're going to be smoking some of the ingredients, especially the star anise. Let's go see what Harriet's up to. Harriet!
Oh, you got my star anise.
I got your smoked
All right,
star anise.
let's throw it right in there.
Alrighty then.
Awesome.
So we've got the star anise and we're making a panna cotta.
We are.
Now why panna cotta?
Panna cotta, well, it's just one of my favorite desserts. It's one that I've sort of been known for in my career.
Right.
And I mean, when I think of BC in desserts, I think of a lot of the Okanagan. I think of all the beautiful things they have there. But being spring, as it is, I mean, the first thing that comes up anywhere is rhubarb. So we're going to make some beautiful rhubarb jam to go on top of that.
Yeah.
A little bit different than normal rhubarb jam. It's a bit caramelized.
Okay.
And then some almonds to keep in that stone fruit family.
Ooh.
And but the panna cotta itself, so we're going to start. First thing we do is we take the milk and cream.
Want me to turn on your burner?
Yeah, that's great. And it needs to be low, 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 because really all we're doing is we're just going to infuse that beautiful flavor of that smoked star anise into it.
Okay.
So we're going to put the cream in the milk.
So why cream and milk?
Well, it just, if it's only cream, it tends to be just a bit too rich.
Okay.
Same in ice cream, like you don't want it to be all that kind of helps with the mouthfeel.
Okay.
So we're just gonna have that on. Now you can use vanilla extract or you can use vanilla beans. So we're gonna put the vanilla in there. If you had a vanilla bean in it, you'd sort of cut it down lengthwise down the middle, and then you scrape out all the teeny tiny little seeds, and you throw everything in there.
Including the pod.
Including the pod, because it's got a whole lot of flavor that...
I do a lovely vanilla sugar that actually just uses the pod.
Oh, perfect.
After I scrape out the seeds, I put it in some sugar.
Yeah.
I put it in a nice canister, and I put it away for a few months.
Oh, man.
And for something that sometimes people throw out, you know why they would do that? It kills me, but I've seen it.
Throwing flavor out, man.
You're throwing flavor out.
Yeah.
And the amount of flavor that you're going to infuse into that panna cotta with the vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
And
the star anise just gives it a nice little anise flavor. It's not overpowering, it's just a little bit.
Right.
And while that's infusing, we are going to... so panna cotta is sort of means...
Here,
sort
we'll
of
switch
set,
sides with
Yeah, let's switch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, look at you,
How's
eh?
it going?
So,
Panna cotta is a set cream, so it's a sweetened set cream, and we set it with gelatin. It's also possible if you are not into gelatin.
Okay.
If you're a vegetarian, you could use agar
Right.
as well, which is derived from a seaweed.
Okay.
But we are going to be traditional and use gelatin.
Right.
There's 2 types. You've got powdered gelatin and leaf gelatin. Leaf gelatin is optimal just because it's easier to work with. It stays whole, but powdered gelatin is fine too.
Right.
So
use what you have.
Use what you have, exactly. So we're going to take the powdered gelatin and we're going to add some ice water. And the reason we use ice water is because we don't want it to dilute, so we need to bloom it. So just get it going, because otherwise the heat will be too much and it will denature and it won't actually set in the way that you need it. So we're just going to add a little bit of ice water. We're just going to mix it up. You really want to try to get the lumps out too, because this way it helps it emulsify. Yeah.
Right.
So.
I can start to smell this. The star anise is really coming through.
Oh, it's so good.
It's lovely. And again, very gentle heat. Are we swapping again?
Yeah, we're going to swap one
gonna
more
swap
time.
one
We're
more
going to swap it out. So we're going to add this sugar in.
Right.
So we, want it to be sweet. It is a dessert after all.
Absolutely. You need that sweet element. I'm really glad you didn't grab the salt. That would have been really bad.
Well, I have done it in the past.
Who hasn't?
We've all been there.
Of course.
It's a rite of passage, I feel
It
like.
makes for a very different flavor of a dessert. That's
It
all
does.
I know.
However, it does need some salt,
Yep.
so we are going to take a little pinch and
why
put
salt?
it in.
What does salt do to the
The salt
dessert?
will bring out that smoky flavor. It's going to bring out the vanilla.
Right.
It's just going to bring out the sugar. It's just and then it will counter the sweetness a little bit. So sometimes if you put a little bit too much sugar and you taste it, you can you add a little bit of salt, and that will actually kind of counter it.
Awesome.
So now that we've got
what's
that,
happening here.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we can see that the
Yeah.
gelatin
Completely
is
changed.
yeah. So now it's sort of like a snot.
Nice. God, I love you.
That's
Yeah.
really what we like to talk about when we're cooking, but
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
true. It's
it
kind
is.
of
Yeah, thick, goopy.
Thick, goopy.
Yeah.
So it'll
Some things
harden
may
a
not
little
be
bit
pretty,
more.
but they do their job. You
Yeah,
know?
that's right. That's
Absolutely.
right. So we're gonna add this in.
Right. Everybody in the pool.
Everybody in the pool. That's right. And we're gonna turn the heat up just a little bit. And you really don't want to. You don't want it to be too hot.
Okay.
You don't want to scald the cream, and there's a temperature that if you have gelatin in something where it's denaturing, which just means that it actually stops working. It's too hot, like it will only work within a certain temperature range.
Right.
So we don't want it to get too hot, but we just want it to dissolve. So
Okay.
we're just sort of going enough until it's nice and dissolved.
And
Get that beautiful flavor.
And then once that gelatin has done its thing,
Yep,
we're essentially going to strain it off.
we are.
And this doesn't need any further cooking.
No, it's like I said, it's set cream. So
Right.
we're gonna take it from here. We're gonna put it through a.
Beautiful.
Oh, so elegant.
It smells incredible.
And we're gonna put it through a strainer because if some of those gelatin.
Nasties.
Yeah, nasties. Those granules, there we go. If they don't melt completely,
Right.
then we can strain them out. So so it just, the gelatin
Yep.
in it keeps it nice and it just sets it. So it's like Jell-O.
Yeah.
So we put it in there and then you let it cool completely.
Okay.
And then it will actually be kind of like a custard.
So when we come back, we're actually going to see a set version of this.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw some of that beautiful rhubarb jam all over it
yeah.
and just make it really shine with the
Absolutely.
with the
Some candied almonds.
Oh,
Yeah, it's going to have some crunch. It's going to have the rhubarb jam is caramelized slightly, so it will have a little bit of bitterness to counterplay with the creaminess, kind of like a play on a brulee, I guess.
I'm excited. Looking forward to it.